Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting. Hey, welcome to our channel today. We appreciate you being here. Before we get started on today's topic, hey, for you folks that are looking for additional certifications, you're looking to get certified yourself, be sure to check out the links below of our sponsor of getting certified online, and you only pay if you pass. Now, let's get started on today's topic. And what we're talking about today is the 5 reasons that your gym will fail. And who I'm talking to is folks that are thinking about opening up a gym, you're thinking of taking one over, or you have an existing facility. Okay? And so I want to give you 5 things that I see happen on a pretty regular basis that really cause problems, for gym owners. So number 1 on my list is lacking uniqueness and value. One of the common mistakes, I think, is that a lot of gym owners, when they open up a club or they buy one, is they do it based on kind of what they like and what they want to do. And what we want to have here, this idea of value and uniqueness, what you're looking for is differentiation. Because if you're perceived to be the same as everybody else in your marketplace, you're going to have a very narrow audience and you're going to command much lower fees. The more you can have true uniqueness, the more you can have true differentiation, this is going to widen your audience and it's going to allow you to collect higher fees. So whether you're looking to open up something new or you're evaluating, your current place, ask yourself this question: what is so unique about what I do? What am I doing that nobody else is doing? What is my point of differentiation in the marketplace? Number 2 is not staying in touch with customer needs. And this also comes under the same kind of heading, whereas a lot of gym owners that get in the business, they're doing it because of what they like. And what we're trying to do here, we're trying to cater, to the customer's needs. And one of the key things here is having regular points of communication with our customer. Make sure we're listening to them. Make sure that we're staying in touch on a regular basis. And a lot of this is tied into other processes, retention programs, nurturing programs. Make sure we're listening. Doing programs that will check out, kind of where they're at and what they think. Do surveys, with your customer. And also in terms of meeting your customer's needs. One of the other things that I see pretty frequently on this is that one of the hallmarks of success of clubs that do great is they keep their club as new today as the day that it first opened. Okay, it still has that, what I like to call that new car smell, right? We're bringing in new technology, bringing in new equipment, bringing in new programmings, and this is kind of an ongoing thing. We want this place to be as new today as the day that it first opened. One of the misconceptions is, hey, just because that equipment's going to last a lifetime, it doesn't mean your customer's enthusiasm or your customer's interest in it will. So really staying in touch with your customer's needs, really listening to them, surveying them, know what they want, know what they think, but then also having that mindset, we're going to keep your facility as new today as the day that you first started. All right. Number 3 is an unprofitable business model. Okay, and this could mean a lot of things, in terms of how you look at this. But the area that I want to talk about when I talk about an unprofitable business model, the common mistake that I see on this is we have one source of income. We've got that member dues base, and that is it. Okay, and there's really no club that I see can really survive and operate on one source of income. What you want multiple sources of income. And one of the things to know about this, okay, and just basing on basic data that we see all the time, is that your customer, 20% of your customers will spend more money if you simply ask. So let's have other added value programs that can help solve problems for folks, get them the results they want, and we have to ask and just know if we do a good job at this, 20% of them are going to say yes. So you've got your dues, but look at personal training, look at group training. And I'm not talking just saying, hey, we've got it. There's way too many clubs out there that are maybe have a 5% penetration rate or less. Okay, that's really not going to work. We need to get numbers that are closer to 20%, and people will do this. And this gets into other topics too, like getting our head right. But for the points of this is we want that group training, that personal training. How about a line item for retail? There is so much you can do on retail. I mean, I've had clubs that I've gone in and done on-site programs for training, and had their front desk as part of some of that training, and they've gone from doing $3,000 a month in retail sales to $10,000 a month. I mean, just almost like in a blink of an eye, just learning certain processes. And so sky's the limit on this, because retail can be sold certainly inside your establishment, but can also, you can do it online, you can do it via email. There's a lot of opportunities, with retail sales. Supplements. Get a supplement program going, not necessarily one where you have to have a lot of or any inventory. This can be done online too. Meal planning programs. You can have renting out space. You're doing sublets inside your gym. So the big thing here is that unprofitable business model. And again, the one that I see the most is just one stream of income. We want to have, I would say 2, 3, 4 even ancillary streams of revenue. Because if you think about it for a second, I give this example a lot actually. You could have 2 clubs side by side. Say each of them are doing 50 sales a month, or whatever your number is, right? They're each doing 50 sales a month. One struggles, one flourishes. Well, the one that struggles is all they have is one revenue stream. It's dues. The other club is flourishing because they're selling personal training and group training, say at 20% penetration rates. They've got 20% of their audience is buying retail, 20% is in supplements, and so on and so forth. And so now all of a sudden, getting more revenue per customer. But number 3, that unprofitable business model. Now, number 4 is poor financial management. Okay, and this one's big, and some of this, if you're new, listen carefully on this if you're thinking about starting a gym, because this is where we can get ourselves in trouble right out of the gate. If you get your fixed cost too high, boy, it makes it tough to outrun it. And the 2 big things on fixed cost are going to be, hey, what's your payroll need to look like, and what does your rent need to look like? And just to give you some ideas, and this can vary a little bit depending on the part of the country that you're in, but your rent, I like to see your rent at maturity, and just for the sake of this conversation, call maturity a year in business. Okay, maybe it's a little longer, but call it a year. I like to see your rent at no more than 20% of your revenue. I've got some that are at 50%, that I see. And this just makes it tough. We have to have good financial management. And part of this is how we cut the deal going in, right? So, make sure you get some help on how to do this. When you're getting those rent deals, don't just think it's going to be an endless stream of revenue and you can just continually outrun it. One of my big goals, for at least you folks that want to get started, is I want to keep you sleeping well at night, right? And keeping that overhead, where it needs to be is a big part of that. So you want to know our numbers, know what your payroll percentages, should be. And generally speaking, say anywhere from, say 36 to 42% is some pretty good numbers to look at, depending on kind of how robust your group exercise program might be, and really what kind of operation you have. But know your other key performance indicators. Your ratios between recurring fees and base operating expense. What should be your penetration on personal training? What should be a set percentage? On phone inquiries. That kind of gets out of the financial part of it, but know where that is. Know how to control a budget. I'll give you an example on what I think is really good financial management. Every category in clubs that we work with, when we're looking at a budget, every department has a budget. Let's just say it's our front desk, and let's just say it's going to cost $3,000 a month, to run that front desk. And we're going to train and teach our front desk manager how to effectively run the front. And they're going to have a quota. They're going to have to bring in $3,000 in revenue to cover that cost. And we're going to help them with plans to do that. How can we do that? And there's a lot of things you can look at here. But then what we're also going to do, we're going to say this. That's what it takes to kind of stay employed is, got to pay for yourself. That's why we're all here, right? But if you go over that, say you bring in $1,000 additional, say the quota is $3,000, you bring in $4,000, you're going to get 50% of that as a bonus. So we're going to bonus that front desk manager $500 because they're going to get 50% of the additional money that they brought in for the company. Because really what we're trying to do is we want the front desk to pay for itself. We want child care to pay for itself. We want Group X to pay for itself. Whatever you have, pay for yourself. Anything you go above that, we're going to split the difference with you. Okay, and you can look at different ways to do it, but now you've got a model that kind of works because too many folks, we're trying to underwrite. We have one line of revenue, which is dues. Front desk, as an example, is not really bringing in revenue to offset that cost. You get into trouble, okay? And it happens. And so good financial management is key here. So number 4 on our list, of reasons that your gym will fail is poor financial management. Now, number 5 on our list is rapid growth or over-expansion. Rapid growth or over-expansion. And for you folks that are saying, hey, we want a franchise, hey, we want a license, hey, we want to build more facilities, we want to do more things, all those things are great. Nothing wrong with them. Okay. However, it's one of the biggest reasons that businesses, don't make it. And again, I'm going back to what I see on this. You can go out and you can find money, and certainly one of the things that I'm suggesting that you do is I would always be looking for money, always be looking for investors, always be looking for financing opportunities. You want to be able to really act on that when it's available. So accumulate as much money as you can. Always be looking at locations and opportunities. But the reality is we can find locations. The reality is we can find the money. If we stay after it, we'll find all that. The key thing to this, the 2 big key things, are the people and the process. And so what you need here, if you're going to expand, make sure your people are in place. Make sure you have quality people and they're trained on the process on how to do this. And it's not their own DNA that makes them successful. That's part of it, but it's that process. So as you open up more facilities, everyone's doing the same thing here, and that's what we're trying to do. And some of this is going to go back to how do you recruit, how do you hire, how do you train, how do you onboard. Make sure you have really strong processes on this. Because if you do, now you help really diffuse any issues with rapid growth, because when you put people in, you've got folks that they hit the ground running and they're going to start to produce. I've seen way too many organizations in the sports industry, in the fitness industry, good solid groups and a lot of good things about them, and even money behind them and even locations behind them, but when they expand, they just don't have the people that can do it. And now all of a sudden, that money's gone, in a hurry, and the company's gone as well. So these are the 5 reasons that your gym will fail. Go look at these, play this over and over and write down, which ones are you? Which ones sound like where you're at? Which ones are you doing a good job at? Address these, and you can save yourself a lot of headache down the road. So I appreciate you folks tuning in today to the channel. We appreciate you being here. And I know the folks that come to the channel, they're looking for help and they're looking for ways to grow their business. And I want to talk about for a minute 4 different ways, that I can help you grow your business. And the first thing is, if you've not done it yet, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and then also, click that bell up there at the top. That'll be your notification button. So as we release, new videos, you're going to get this information, and you're going to be staying on top of information that you can use and information that you need, to improve your business, whether you're an owner, you're a director, you're a salesperson, you're in operations. I think this can help at all levels for you. Number 2 is we have put together a Patreon page, and we appreciate your support on that if you're looking to go to another level with information. And what we've done on our Patreon page is we've taken everything, podcasts. I think we have over 100 podcasts in there. We've got many articles and blogs on there. We're going to have all of our videos on there. And so it's going to be one-stop shop for everything that you need, to train your staff. You can use the Patreon site. Every Monday morning you have a training class. You can go to the Patreon site, and here's training on a variety of different topics. And then as we advance with the Patreon page, we're going to be including some very exclusive content on there That's going to include, our 2-day on-site training workshops that be talking about retention, could be talking about, sales training and getting started with sales training and process, with prospecting, with member retention, taking your business to that next level. So a lot of exclusive content is going to be on there as well. Number 3, if you're looking for additional resources and additional ways to connect, we have group programs on Facebook. We have them on LinkedIn. They're both public programs right now. They will eventually be going private. But you can go in there and check out Jim Business Development Consulting and Broker Network. Feel free to go in and join. We'd love to have you. This is a great chance to get additional information. It's a great chance to interact with other people in the industry, to get your questions answered on how you can drive your business forward. And number 4, for you folks that have kind of made that decision saying, yes, I'm ready to make a change, whether you're a salesperson, again, an owner, a director, a new owner, a real estate developer, whatever you might be, you're ready to make that change, go to our website, fmconsulting.net, hit the submit information button, and you can get your information over to us, and happy to talk to you about how we can take your business to that next level. So again, folks, my name is Jim Thomas. Hey, I appreciate you being here today. I hope you found the information helpful. And if you did, hey, hit the share button, share it with your friends, your colleagues, your associates to help them grow their business as well. And we hope you all have a great day. Thanks.